Good afternoon. This is Brian Shannon from Alpha Trends Blogspot. Today is Wednesday, August 2nd, 2006, and the market is just closed, and the market continues to send mixed messages here. I, for one, was disappointed in the action. I thought it would be a little bit more bullish when we got above that 128 level on the S&P 500, the spiders that is right now, and you can see that looks like they put a late print up there. I don't know what that was. It just occurred. Maybe that's a little bit of after hours trading, but the official 4 o'clock close, it didn't close above that 128 level, so it looks like they're trying to boost it back up above there right now as we trade. But this 128 level, continues to act as a level of resistance for now. It is bullish that it pulled back and found support at the 200-day moving average yesterday, and then was able to bounce. And again, I'm going to point out that we've got the 10-day moving average above the 20-day moving average, which is above the 50-day moving average, and that 50-day moving average is starting to advance a little bit. Now, the intraday action, we saw that, first of all, we saw that gap higher followed by a nice little consolidation in here on lighter volume. This is the spider on the 5-minute chart, and then two nice pushes higher. But this afternoon, we saw a failure of that. And when we look at a 1-minute chart, what I want you to notice here is that it closed right around that VWAP, meaning the average price that that this contract traded for, not really the contract, but the shares traded for on the S&P 500 spiders. So, meaning most people about broke even on this trade today in here. We'll see what tomorrow brings, but again, it continues to be a very choppy environment in here, and truly a stock picker's environment. Nothing is really safe. Even when they come out with good earnings and gap them way higher, like we saw in Garmin today, we saw a massive reversal in here. So it looks like the best of times are behind for Garmin, at least for now. We saw that it opened way up here, came down, then back up again, and ultimately closed with a loss for the day, and I think trapped a lot of people in there on this big volume candle here for Garmin. But we're not trading Garmin, so let's take a look at first of all the Qs right now, and we're looking at a daily time frame. We can see that this 3730-ish area continues to be resistance. I think breaking above this trend line and this recent resistance, which was support over in here, could potentially get the market rallying back up a little bit in here. Looks like that 10-day moving average is about to cross up through the 20-day moving average, which only means indecision, nothing else. So yesterday we started to look at Google, not because I was recommending a trade in it, but it looks like Google's heading down for a test of this 360 level. I know a lot of people are looking for it to fill this gap in. Be careful, because not all gaps are filled. So if you're holding any puts or a short position in there, look at that 360 level and perhaps take a little bit off and then see what the market tells you to do from there. But so far, Google is dropping very nicely, and there's no reason to think it's going to turn around. I'm just saying be careful in there, and it's always prudent to lock in a little bit of profits when you have them. Let's take a look at the stocks we've been mentioning recently. First up, we're going to look at Medicines Company, symbol MDCO. We've been looking for it to move above that 2102, and it did that today. I bought it on the way up. I bought it at 2110. Or actually, I bought it after. I missed it. I bought it at 2110, and I set a stop below the low of the day. What I recommended was a move above 2102 with a stop at where was it? I put my I remember I put the stop somewhere down here, I believe. If you're still in Medicine Company, I think you can put your stop below the low today. This low right here looks to be about $20.80. Let's go ahead and figure that out. My pen is missing for some reason. I can't find the display on it. So let me redo something here and see if I can get that back and figure out what that level is. So if we take a look in here, I can't tell. I'm sorry. Anyways, go below this low right here at about $20.78, let's say. NXG we're going to look at next, symbol for Northgate Minerals, and we were in yesterday about 379, and I had suggested raising your stop to 374. I would say put your stop now at 379. Put your stop at break even on NXG. It continues to act good, but hey, it's kind of extended in here. No reason to take any risk from here. Set the stop at break even and see if we can continue to hold that one. AMR, this stock dropped nicely yesterday. I'd suggest putting the stop above $21.42. That was stopped out for about a 50-cent gain, so I'm no longer going to continue to update that. And I was looking at oil thinking that, maybe that short in American Airlines would be helped with oil getting back above the recent resistance in this area near $70.30, and oil did get back above there. So it looks like the buyers are back in control of oil, at least for now. I think it's probably not going to maybe it gets up to 72.5 or so, but with the 10-day moving average down through the 20, I don't think this rally is going to be able to sustain itself before it pulls back probably towards 69.5, $70 again. So we'll see what happens there. Again, I'm not an oil trader. So NTAP was our next symbol that we were looking at, and NTAP, we had been short yesterday. I had suggested a stop above the highs in here. So you should have been stopped out of NTAP with at about break even, which was what my recommendation was yesterday. So no longer going to continue to update that one. Avici system, symbol AVCI, Apple Victor Charlie Indian. This stock did gap higher. We were looking for it to move above $8.80. It opened a little bit higher than I had hoped, so there was no trade in there. At least I didn't take it, so I'm not going to continue to update. If you are in it, I guess your stop probably ought to go under this low right in here. So next symbol we'll look at is XING, and I had said to buy this stock above $10.56. It opened at $10.61. I did buy the stock at $10.65 today. I got out as it broke back down, but what you might want to do if you're still in this stock is put your stop under this level right here. And again, my trend tool doesn't seem to be working properly, so I don't know what that level is. Next up, we were looking at very speculative play, I said, which was Boom, buying puts ahead of earnings that are due out tomorrow after the close. And Boom rallied up. I still own the puts. I'm still going to hold the puts. Like I said, it's a bet on earnings. And, all I can say is if you're involved, I told you it was speculative. It's against the trend, but look at WFMI before they reported earnings as well. So let's not get all too excited about that yet. I did say that you wanted to, whatever you were going to put into it, be comfortable with the fact that you might lose the entire position. So I still hold that, and I don't have a stop on it. My stop basically is I'll ride them into the dirt if the stock goes higher from here. F5 systems, FFIV, I suggested selling short below this level here, 44.70, and then putting a stop about 35 cents away, which would have been 45.05. I think for now you can lower your stop down to about 44.93. So no reason to take as much risk on FFIV. Yahoo, WYHOO. I'd suggested in this one to sell this one short on weakness as well with a stop at 26.95. This high was 26.91. If you're still in this stock, I would suggest that your stop goes about $26.82 at this point. Finally, we had International Rectifier, symbol IRF. The stock gapped way higher, so whenever they gap up like that, I don't suggest taking that short sale. It didn't meet our entry criteria, and I'm no longer going to continue to update International Rectifier. That's going to do it for this little wrap-up. Let me collect my thoughts, come up with some ideas for tomorrow, and I will be back to you this evening with another video. Thank you.